half.
See if they can get something going to the basket here.
Crow will trigger in from right in front of the Cal State Northridge bench. Head high pass, high on the left wing. Fields dribbles the basketball with 10 to shoot. Comes around an Abrams screen, stops at the foul line, kicks it outside. Joseph wiggles around Guevara and flips it up and in beyond the foul line.
Yeah, nice play by Victor Joseph, and everybody that's a Mustang fan is breathing a sigh of relief when that ball went in.
In each of the last two games prior to tonight, it took Cal Poly over 5 minutes to hit their first shot from the field. Joseph does it about 2 minutes in this evening. It's 4-2 Northridge. Guevara, the junior from Cerritos, with the basketball, pounding it to the deck with the left hand, finds Diaz Jr. He drives along the end line, rejected at the rim by Abrams. Loose ball into the hands of Dawson. His shot knocked away by Joseph. Victor moving right to left, pulls up for three. Off the front of the rim, offensive rebound. Abrams wave it off. He went over the back to grab the offensive board, and it's an offensive foul, first of the night on either side.
You know, it's funny because it looked like he went over the back of Mark Crow, who's on his team. That shouldn't have been a foul. Well,
At 5 points in limited time, he has played himself back into the rotation for Joe Calero down the stretch of the final 2 weeks of the regular season. 3 games, including this one, left on the regular season slate for Cal Poly. They're idle on Saturday and on the road for 2 next week. Then it's Big West Conference tournament time, hopefully. Dawson underneath, gets around Hollingsworth, and another easy lay-in for the senior from Long Beach.
well, that was unlucky for Cal Poly because Donovan Fields knocked the ball away, and it took a weird bounce right into Tavion Dawson's hands, and he was standing right under the basket.
CSUN by 2, 11-9, 12:25 first half. Fields on the right wing, picked up by Terrell Gomez. Finds Josh Martin, mid-post, right side. He dribbles and finds the foul line, finds Fields. He lets it fly from the corner, and Donovan Fields knocks down the triple.
Cal Poly's got the lead. It's been a long time since Cal Poly's had the lead early in the first half.
5 of the first 12 for the Mustangs have come courtesy of Donovan Fields. They lead by 1, 8 minutes in. Guevara holds on the right wing, picked up by Marcellus Garrick. Chest pass up top to Lyric Schreiner. Schreiner glides in on Nijo, flips up a shot with the left hand, missed it, and Hollingsworth grabs the rebound. Fields will come to the forecourt with the Mustangs up a point. Next whistle, a timeout on the floor. Fields holds on the left wing. Bounces for Josh Martin on the left baseline, picked up by Theus. Martin a jab step, cross court to the right corner. Marcellus Garrick steps back from the right elbow, misses the jumper off the left side of the rim. And a rebound for Terrell Gomez. Gomez brings the basketball up the right side of the floor, picked up by Fields, now picked up by Martin. Swings to the right wing for Reggie Theus Jr. And for whatever reason, Donovan Fields and a man a foot taller than him, Tavion Dawson, got tangled up underneath. And a foul away from the basketball on Fields will take us to a timeout on the floor. 11:22 left to play in the opening half. Cal Poly 12, CSUN 11 on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. How about this? An early lead for Cal Poly, 12-11 over CSUN, 11:22 left to play in the opening half of basketball. The Mustangs have connected on a couple of shots from the perimeter, one for Kubanijo, one for Donovan Fields. Around this time next year, they'll be honored on senior night, but the juniors stepping up early for Cal Poly.
Yeah, and you know what? Cal Poly's playing much, much better at the beginning of this game, but if they could make shots, they'd have a 10-point lead right now.
CSUN basketball out of the timeout. A foul on the floor was against Donovan Fields. Terrell Gomez dribbling up top. Picks up his dribble, finds Jelon Pipkins high on the left wing. Chest pass back to Gomez, under 10 to shoot. Now back into the hands of Pipkins, 5 to shoot. Picked up by Marcellus Garrick. He finds Dawson wide open in the corner, hard off the heel, and a rebound for Hank Hollingsworth.
Good defense there by Cal Poly.
Fields brings the basketball to the forecourt. Picked up by Terrell Gomez, the freshman guard for CSUN. Martin holds up top, finds Fields on the left wing. Fields takes a right-hand dribble up top. Now finds Garrick high on the right wing, 10 to shoot. Hollingsworth out to set a screen. Garrick doesn't use it. Garrick gets down the right side of the lane, lays it up and in.
Boy, very nice by Marcellus Garrick. Very patient. He watched what the defense did, and he took what they gave him, and he got all the way to the hoop.
From the wing to the lane to the rim for Marcellus Garrick, and Cal Poly leads by 3, 14-11. 10:20 left to play in the opening half. Gomez picked up by Hollingsworth. A mismatch for the Mustangs. Dawson, a shot fake from the left wing. He glides inside and floats it up and in from the left block. Early on, you're seeing the versatility and the ability to score underneath for Tavion Dawson.
Yeah, he is really, really good. Cal Poly just needs to do the best they can to make it difficult for him. He's going to get his points.
Fields down the right side of the lane. Finds Martin underneath. He goes up with the left hand, and he's fouled by Mamadou Kaba Kamara, fresh off the bench for Reggie Theus.
You know, Chris, that was a very unselfish play by Donovan Fields, but he had a wide-open layup. I can't believe he didn't just lay that in, but he passed it off to Josh Martin. Hopefully Josh will make both these free throws, and Cal Poly won't lose anything on the exchange. But Donovan was wide open. I didn't think he realized that.
Martin, a 65% foul shooter, and the first one settles in. Victor Joseph back in the game. Donovan Fields will get a breather. And Joseph will likely handle the point guard spot for the Mustangs with Fields on the bench. 9:58 left to play in the opening half, 15-13. Cal Poly over CSUN. One more free throw for Josh Martin, and it's off the left side of the rim. A rebound for Mamadou Kaba Kamara, the 7-footer. The sophomore, 275 pounds from Guinea.
The second tallest Mamadou in the Big West Conference.
Lyric Schreiner trying to find a streaking Tavrion Dawson, but it whistles off of his fingertips out of bounds, and CSUN has turned it over.
Now Cal Poly needs to take advantage of all these opportunities here and build a little bit of a lead. They're getting a lot of chances.
Joseph comes to the forecourt, finds Martin on the left wing. He spoon feeds Marcellus Garrett. Now back into the hands of Joseph. He moves around a high screen set by Hollingsworth, who dives back down into the paint. Head high pass up top. Martin down the left side of the lane to the rim with the right hand. He is fouled. We'll see if it's on the pass or on the shot for Josh Martin.
It's a pass, I think. And, that was actually, well, he's standing at the free throw line, but I think that was on the pass, yeah.
That was on the pass.
That was actually a good foul because he was going to pass the ball off to Hank Hollingsworth for a dunk.
Nijo will trigger in with the Mustangs up to 9.5 minutes left to play first half. Nijo inside the arc, knocks down the right elbow jumper.
Well, Cal Poly looks so much better on offense, and I'm not saying that just because they're making shots, because they really aren't shooting a good percentage, but they definitely are getting more movement of bodies and more ball movement tonight. 5
points off the bench for the Polish pistol, Kubanijo. Dawson up top finds Gomez on the left wing. A right-hand dribble to the top of the key. Now Schreiner picked up by Nijo on the right wing. Back up top, Gomez, 10 to shoot. Left-hand bounce pass inside for Dawson, who lost it off of his knee out of bounds. Back-to-back turnovers for CSUN.
And you asked me in the pregame who's going to stop Tavrion Dawson from Cal Poly, and I said it's going to be a group effort, and Cal Poly's doing a great job because the guards are digging down, and the minute he touches the ball, there are at least 2 or 3 people around him. So Cal Poly doing a nice job.
4-point lead for the Mustangs on their home floor for the final time this season. Joseph on the right wing uses Hollingsworth as a barricade. Head high pass to the right wing. Nijo got tied up with Schreiner, but a foul before, I do believe, and the two exchanging some pleasantries, Lyric Schreiner and Kubanijo. I think Schreiner making a defensive play on the basketball, slapped Nijo at first, and Kuba slapped him back after the whistle.
You know what? If I'm Schreiner, to be honest with you, I have a problem with that call because Kubanijo had the ball, and he sort of pivoted, and he just put the ball right in front of him. Honestly, I didn't see a foul. I thought that should have been a jump ball, but that was a funny exchange there.
Kuba's a little bit of a hothead. That's why that's another reason why we call him the Polish pistol.
He's emotional.
Americans foul line with the right hand way too strong off the glass, and a rebound for Tavrion Dawson. Reggie Theus Jr. on the right baseline, picked up by Abrams back in the game. Dawson steps back for 3, missed it short, and Abrams clears for Cal Poly. Joseph sprints to the front court, approaching the 8-minute mark of the opening half. Joseph straightaway 3. It's good.
Well, he looks great tonight. He looks very aggressive, very confident.
And Cal Poly leads by 7. 20-13 over CSUN, approaching the 8-minute mark here in the opening half.
And Cal Poly needs to just keep the pressure up on defense.
Schreiner dribbling up top. Theus out to set a screen. Schreiner bounces for Theus. Beautiful pick and roll for CSUN. And an easy bucket for Reggie Theus Jr.
Yeah, that was nicely done by Schreiner.
20-15. The Cal Poly lead is 5. Next whistle. A timeout on the floor. Martin spoon feeds Joseph. Picked up by Jonathan Guevara. Now Garrick on the right wing steps into a wide open 3. Cash for Marcellus Garrick.
That's twice now. He's just taking what the defense gives. Keep it simple. The defender dropped off, and Marcellus said, heck, I'm wide open. I'm going to shoot it.
Largest lead for Cal Poly here in the opening half. They lead by 8. Garrick has 5 off the bench. Jelon Pipkins, chest pass high on the right wing. Guevara picked up by Victor Joseph. Theus rolls back down into the paint. Dawson on the right wing, picked up by Martin, glides down inside, kicks it out to the right baseline. Theus Jr. uncorks a jumper, missed it. Offensive rebound, and a tough one at that for Jonathan Guevara, who I believe hand-checked Josh Martin after he
Well,
followed with
somebody
the basket, and Martin is tending to, it looks like, his right elbow as he hit the deck.
Well, two things happened there. Number one was that Schreiber just took the ball away from Mark Crow. I mean, that was a tremendous rebound there. I thought Crow had the ball, and Schreiber just took it right out of his hands and went up for the bucket. But I'm wondering if somebody hit Josh Martin, like I'm talking like a flagrant type foul away from the ball.
It might have been. And remember, Schreiner got into the little kerfuffle with Kubanijo moments ago. So the officials will head on over to the monitor and review what in the world just happened. But a timeout on the floor with 7:02 left to play in the first half. Cal Poly 23, CSUN 17. Back in a moment on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. Back inside the friendly confines, Cal Poly playing inside the Mott Athletic Center for the final time this season. A 23-17 lead over CSUN at the 7:02 mark of the opening half. An interesting sequence prior to the timeout. Lyric Schreiner, the 6'2 guard with an offensive rebound and a putback. He got in between three white Cal Poly jerseys to grab the second chance for CSUN and put the basketball back up. And in a couple of minutes before that, he got into a little kerfuffle, if you will, with Kubanijo, who was sent to the bench. But it looked like, from our vantage point, we're closer to this basket here in the opening half in which the altercation happened at. As the officials step away from the monitor, we'll get a ruling here in a moment. It looked like Lyric Schreiner might have chucked his forearm at Josh Martin underneath the belt.
Yes.
After the follow.
Well, we're going to find out here right here because the officials went to the monitor. It looks like
an incidental contact.
Yeah. So. Well, and maybe it was. To be honest with you, I was watching the ball, and I didn't really see what happened to Josh. I just saw him laying on the ground. So, play on.
I tell you what, this is a must-win game for both teams. So, seeing tempers flare early is not in the bit surprising.
And looks like CSUN's going to throw a little full-court press against Cal Poly here. 2-2-1. I don't know if it's a zone press.
A 23-17 lead for the Mustangs. Inbound comes to Victor Joseph. He's joined on the floor by Luke Meikle, Mark Crow, Marcellus Garrick, and Alex Abrams. Meikle crosses the midcourt stripe. 6:50 left to play in the first half. Cal Poly, they've opened 9 for 20 from the field. CSUN 8 for 19.
So CSUN has switched from a man-to-man defense here to a zone defense. So let's see what Cal Poly does.
Meikle holds on the left elbow, picked up by the much smaller Gomez, tosses inside. Abrams missed the shot, but there's Garrick for the follow.
Great follow by Marcellus Garrick.
How about 7 points off the bench for Marcellus Garrick here in the opening half? Where has that been the past month? 25-17, Cal Poly leads, approaching the 6-minute mark here in half number 1. Terrell Gomez picked up by Joseph on the left wing. Gomez moves to the top of the key, chest pass to Lyric Schreiner on the left wing. He bounces underneath. Theus Jr. goes up with a right-hand hook, and it settles in for Reggie Theus Jr.
Looked like Reggie Theus Sr. on that one.
Just a little bit, huh? Crow tosses inside. Now it's Abrams' turn to go to work. His back to the basket. Swings outside. Joseph steps into a left wing three. It's good for Victor Joseph.
Now, you know, Alex Abrams was about 5 feet from the basket, but that was a great pass because he saw Victor Joseph outside the three-point line. Victor's been hot. He kicked it out. Really unselfish. Really nice decision.
Vic has a game-high 10 on senior night. Gomez down the right side of the lane. Flips up the shot with the left hand. He left it short. And Abrams clears for Cal Poly. Mustangs have their largest lead. It's 9 over CSUN here in the first half.
Well, they're making a lot of really good decisions on offense here.
A good ball movement from the Mustangs in the opening half of basketball, something we have not been able to say all too often in 2018. Abrams on the right elbow, chest pass to Crow on the left wing, open in the corner. Joseph missed the three. Crow's putback attempt no good, but a foul on the putback attempt. Jonathan Guevara grabbed the wrist of Mark Crow as he tried to follow the shot. And the redshirt freshman from Dallas, Texas will head to the stripe and shoot a couple.
Well, and he's doing what he does, which is hustle, make the hustle plays. That was a really, really nice offensive rebound and an extremely athletic move there to corral the rebound and shoot it all with one hand.
Crow, a 50% foul shooter. Bounces in the first of two at the foul line. Carl Brown and Tavrion Dawson check in for Reggie Theus, replacing Jelon Pipkins and Lyric Schreiner. Now Brown, the junior guard. Crow's second free throw off the back of the rim. And a rebound for Tavrion Dawson.
Wow, right through Luke Meikle's hands there. I thought Luke had that.
10-point first half lead for the Mustangs. 5 minutes left to play. Gomez up top, moves to the right elbow, down the right side of the lane, rejected by Alex Abrams. So Abrams, the fourth-year junior, playing in his final home game as a Cal Poly Mustang with 3 early blocks.
Well, he had about a foot size advantage on that exchange.
Stays with CSUN, 15 to shoot. Dawson spoon feeds Terrell Gomez, picked up by Donovan Fields. Now Gomez picked up by the much taller Luke Meikle. He swings for Theus Jr. up top, wide open for 3, and the senior knocks it down.
Yeah, you're right about that. He was wide open. Somebody fell asleep on that one.
Reggie Theus Jr., he has performed so much better there in Big West Conference play, keeping the Matadors in the Big West Conference tournament conversation. Fields trying to respond from straight away, knocks down the 3.
Now that was a tough shot because he really wasn't that open. I was surprised he took that shot, but he got it to go down. Cal Poly looks so much better on offense tonight.
In large part to the reemergence of Donovan Fields. 8 points here in the first half. Gomez left elbow jumper, lets it fly. Twine for the true freshman. 32-24, 4 minutes first half. Next whistle, a timeout on the floor. Joseph dribbles up top, finds Fields high on the right wing. He shovels over to Marcellus Garrick, 15 to shoot. Low post, Abrams with his back to the basket, puts it on the deck, picked up by Theus Jr., out for Meikle, a right wing 3. It's good for Luke Meikle.
You know, that's been one of Cal Poly's best plays so far, is get it to Abrams in the low block. Everybody on the defense collapses, and he kicks it out to the three-point shooter. Very nice.
The Mustangs continue to have first half success from distance.
Well, they're getting great shots, and they're in rhythm, and you can credit Cal Poly's bigs for finding them.
Gomez splits 2 defenders, gets to the rim with the left hand. He's fouled on the way up. He'll shoot a couple of free throws when we return. 3:25 left before halftime. Cal Poly 35, CSUN 24 on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. Three minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the opening half of basketball. Cal Poly leads CSUN 35-24 inside the Mott Athletic Center senior night and the home finale for the Mustangs against the Matadors. At Cal Portland, we're serious about our responsibility to our environment. Did you know, Alex Lambertson, Cal Portland has utilized 3.9 million pounds of recycled crumb rubber in recent pavement projects. Cal Portland, a proud partner of Mustang Athletics. It doesn't get better than crumb rubber on a Thursday night.
I can guarantee you I did not know that. I don't even know what crumb rubber is, but it sounds impressive.
It's that black stuff that's in turf, that those
okay, got it.
Black crumbs.
Yeah, we got a lot of that at the bottom of my shoes.
Terrell Gomez watches his first free throw settle in. A true freshman, perhaps, at least right now, the front runner to win Big West Conference Freshman of the Year. An 80% foul shooter, averages just over 11 points per game and misses the second. Luke Meikle there for the rebound. 35-25. Cal Poly leads CSUN. Both of these teams in a three-way tie with UC Riverside for the bottom spot in the Big West. That's important because only 8 of the 9 teams in the league get to the conference tournament.
And this is a really big 3 minutes here for Cal Poly. The last 3 minutes, they've done a nice job to build this lead. They don't want to give any of it back here.
Joseph on the left wing, dribbling out of trouble, terminates his dribble, 5 to shoot. Meikle with 3 to shoot, spoon feeds Fields, NBA range at the horn off the left side of the rim, out of bounds, last touched by CSUN. Cal Poly has a second bite at the apple.
Yeah, you see that happen a lot on those desperation shots. A lot of times you get some weird bounce, or like in that case, CSUN knocked it out of bounds and Cal Poly gets another crack at it here. So Cal Poly's been on the wrong end of that several times this year, but it's the first time I remember them being on the right end of it for a while.
Now the officials will get together and talk about who touched the basketball last. Carl Brown pleading his case.
And that's going to be Cal.
Well, we're getting free throws. Was a foul called on the desperation heave from Donovan Fields? I believe it was.
That was a terrible foul. I mean, he was 30 feet from the basket.
Fields is the 3rd best foul shooter in all of college basketball, 93%. And he knocks down the first of 3 at the foul line. Boy, it got so loud in here as Fields chucked up the prayer from high on the right wing. We didn't even hear the whistle.
Well, I didn't see the foul either, to be honest with you. I think I was following the ball. But, boy, that's a bad, bad foul by CSUN.
And you fouled the wrong guy. Best foul shooter in the Big West. Rips the cords on the second. 3rd one for Fields. Money.
Now, Cal Poly, dig deep here on defense. If they can continue to get stops, they can build a nice lead.
38-25, the Mustangs' largest lead here in the opening half. 2:45 left to play before the intermission. Schreiner palming the basketball with his left hand, now pounds it on the deck. Moves to the top of the key, wraparound pass to Brown on the left wing. To the left corner, Gomez takes a right-hand dribble up top. 10 on the timer, terminates his dribble. Brown, a shot fake from the left wing, steps into the left elbow. Finds Schreiner on the left baseline, he fades, fires, misses off the right side of the rim. Offensive rebound for Carl Brown, and a fresh 30 for CSUN.
Now that's okay. That was a great defensive stand by Cal Poly.
Brown lets it fly from the right wing. Too strong, missed wide left. Rebound for Victor Joseph.
Cal Poly needs to take their time here and make sure they get a really good quality shot.
Joseph picked up by Dawson. Finds Abrams low right post. He puts it on the deck. Is back to the basket, working towards the rim. Picked up by Theus Jr. as it knocked away by Lyric Schreiner. And it will stay with Cal Poly as it rolled out of bounds on the end line. 16 to shoot. 2:01 left to play in the opening half. 38-25 the things over the Matadors from Cal State Northridge. Nijo triggers in, finds Fields wide open in the corner for 3. In and out. Rebound, Lyric Schreiner.
Well, that was the play they wanted, and he got the look he wanted. He just couldn't knock it down.
Gomez comes to the forecourt. 1:50 left in his first half. Splits 2 defenders again. Gets to the rim with the right hand. Missed the shot short. Offensive rebound. Dawson swatted away by Abrams again.
Wow.
His 4th block here in the opening half.
Great defensive play by Abrams.
Fields accelerates down the lane to the rim with the left hand. Lays it in off the glass.
Now, we haven't seen that in a couple weeks, but we've seen it for the last 2 years. That was a Donovan Fields special there.
Fields in the double figures, 13 points for the junior from Newburgh, New York, and with 89 seconds left to play in the opening half, Reggie Theus takes his use it or lose it timeout. Cal Poly has opened up a 15-point first half lead at home.
And they have 40 points. I mean, my goodness, we've had a couple games here in the last couple weeks where Cal Poly had 18 at half. They had 20 at half against Long Beach. So, obviously Cal Poly, they see a few of the shots go in, and that just kind of lifts their spirits on both ends of the floor. But a minute 29 left here. Again, I don't want to sound redundant, but Cal Poly really needs to focus on defense here and try not to give any of this lead back before the half.
Coming up on the Dignity Health Central Coast halftime report, we'll go one-on-one with the senior Luke Meikle, who's on the front of today's game program cover. We'll look at the California Fresh Market out-of-town scoreboard. Big one down inside the Bren Event Center for first place in the conference, UC Santa Barbara at UC Irvine. And later tonight, on the island of Oahu. Long Beach State visiting Hawaii. A game that certainly impacted Cal Poly yesterday. UC Riverside, their first conference victory at home over Cal State Fullerton, a team vying for the top spot in the Big West Conference Tournament 2 weeks from today.
Right. Well, you know what? Cal Poly's in charge of their own destiny, and they need to just take care of business so that the Rivers. But that was a huge win, like you said. That was a huge win for UCR.
Matador basketball out of the Theus timeout. Schreiner down the right side of the lane, swings to the corner. Brown elevates for three, missed it way short. Schreiner's follow not there, and Abrams fights for the rebound.
I think he blocked that shot again.
Field sprints to the front court from the wing to the lane to the rim with the left hand, no good. Abrams, while it was still in the cylinder, touched it. That's offensive goaltending.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that was in the cylinder. Abrams was saying, hey, I'm not sure I can get it up over the cylinder that quick, but boy, what a hustle by Alex Abrams on both ends of the floor.
Well, he got from right to left 94 feet relatively quickly for his size. Dawson underneath with the left hand, counted in a foul for Tavrion Dawson.
Boy, that was a nice play by Dawson. I mean, and a really smart play. Just take it right to the rim.
So with 50.6 showing on the first half clock, Tavrion Dawson to the foul line to try and complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. His first attempt at the stripe here in the opening half, where he shoots 71%, 13 points, 5 rebounds for Dawson in a loss at Cal State Fullerton this past Saturday. 23 in the first meeting, and what was a victory for CSUN over Cal Poly as Dawson, a flick of the wrist, completes the three-point play. Northridge within 12, 40-28, with 45 seconds left to play in this opening half. More full court pressure shown by the Matadors. Fields brings it up the right side of the floor, crosses the green time stripe. Meikle up top to the left wing, Nijo. Right hand dribble up top. Back to Meikle on the left elbow, working on the much smaller Gomez. Bounces for Hollingsworth underneath, and it's taken away by Tavrion Dawson.
Yeah, Luke needs to just shoot that there. They had a chance for a 2-for-1.
2 seconds separate shot clock and game clock for CSUN.
CSUN's going to run this all the way down probably and shoot it with about 1 or 2 seconds left.
They can hold for the final good look here in the opening half if they'd like. Trailing by 12 on the road at Cal Poly.
Cal Poly has a foul to give here if they decide they want to use it.
To the corner, wide open, Carl Brown for three. It's good, and Carl Brown knocks it down. 2 seconds left. Joseph's heave from beyond half court comes up short, and CSUN puts together a nice little run in the final minute and a half to get within single digits here at the break.
Yeah.
Cal Poly 40, CSUN 31. A very important game for both teams in hopes of getting to the Big West Conference Tournament, and the Matadors showing some fight down the stretch in the opening half. Alex Klepper has the halftime Mustang scoreboard update. We'll bring you back inside the Mott Athletic Center for the Dignity Health Central Coast halftime report. A one-on-one with Luke Meikle, a look around the Big West Conference scoreboard, and stats from the opening 20 minutes of basketball. Hey, it's a halftime lead for Cal Poly over CSUN 40-30.
Has one, I have one.
Most reliable car I've ever had.
4 sisters, they all have some type of Honda.
I've done nothing but put oil and gas in it. It's a good car, man.
See why Honda drivers love their cars at your Central Coast Honda dealer's Facebook page.
It is halftime inside the Mott Athletic Center in San Luis Obispo, and a lead for just the second time in Big West Conference play for Cal Poly, 40-31 over Cal State Northridge, along with former Cal Poly shooting guard Alex Lambertson. My name is Chris Sylvester, our producer engineer on our flagship radio station. It's the ever so flamboyant Alex Klepper. Big weekend on the Cal Poly Sports Network. Baseball participating in the Tony Gwynn Legacy down in San Diego. Number 4 Arkansas up first tomorrow at 1 p.m., followed by Grand Canyon on 1 p.m., another 1 p.m. start on Saturday, and then a 10 a.m. first pitch on Sunday. Have breakfast with the Mustangs as they take on the Big Ten's Michigan Wolverines. But first things first, it's senior night inside the Mott Athletic Center. We'll get to the stats from the first half. We'll get to scores from around the Big West Conference, but we shine our senior spotlight on Luke Meikle, the fifth-year senior from Tacoma, Washington. I had the opportunity to sit with him earlier this afternoon. He reflected on his Cal Poly career, and hey, unfinished business heading into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Take a listen. Tonight's senior spotlight shines on the fifth-year senior, the native of Tacoma, Washington, Luke Meikle. You play your final game inside the Mott Athletic Center in front of the home fans here in San Luis Obispo tonight. What are some of the emotions that you've been going through in the week leading up?
It's just an odd feeling knowing that it's officially my senior night, a weird milestone. I remember just being a freshman like it was yesterday, and seeing all the other seniors, like, man, that's quite the journey to get there. So it's just a testament to perseverance and stuff throughout college to be here tonight.
You began your collegiate career up in the Pacific Northwest, your home state of Washington, at Gonzaga, spent a season there, sat out a season here due to NCAA rules, and you played the final 3 seasons of your collegiate career as a Cal Poly Mustang. What has that journey been like?
It's been a wild one. It's been a great journey. Memories I'll forever remember. Freshman year up at Gonzaga, to transfer into here, to redshirt, and to now 3 years in here, or 4 years technically, and it's been a lot of good memories, a lot of memories overall, and I've enjoyed my collegiate experience overall.
The end of the season goal is certainly still alive, especially with the win tonight against CSUN. Just getting to the Big West Conference tournament, what's it going to take for this team to be in Anaheim in a couple weeks?
Consistency. I think if we just all can play consistent energy, consistent toughness like that, I think we'll come out, get a couple W's here. We got some very winnable teams last 3 games or so. So hoping to make a last little push and then gear up for Anaheim.
Final thing for you, the end goal after your collegiate career is obviously to play professionally. What's it going to take for Luke Meikle to make some money on the hardwood?
It's going to take, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, it's already a business, but at that level, it's 100% a business. So it's going to take me expanding my game, becoming more of a stretch perimeter player, adding some double moves, and just keep my confidence up and hopefully get some good tryouts and make the most of them.
Luke, it's been a pleasure watching you play these past couple of seasons, and certainly hope there's a lot of basketball left in your senior season.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Luke Meikle for the final time, our senior spotlight here on the Dignity Health Central Coast halftime report. Dignity Health Central Coast, the official healthcare provider of Cal Poly Athletics, 40-31. The Mustangs lead the Matadors. Before we dive into the statistics from the opening 20 minutes, the California Fresh Market out-of-town scoreboard. California Fresh Market, the official grocer of Cal Poly Athletics. UC Riverside, a winner, as we mentioned yesterday, in the SRC Arena over Cal State Fullerton, 69-65. So a 3-way tie between the Matadors, Mustangs, and Highlanders entering the day. But of course, the winner of this one will put themselves in a great position moving forward to get to the Big West Conference Tournament. Meanwhile, scores from tonight around the Big West Conference. UC Irvine, an early lead over UC Santa Barbara down at the Brent Event Center, 21-11. The Anteaters lead the Gauchos, who lost this past Saturday to Davis and are in danger of getting knocked out of the top spot in the Big West Conference with the loss, and into a tie with UC Irvine if the Anteaters can hold on at home. And later tonight on the island of Oahu, Hawaii hosting Long Beach State in a game that may decide those 2 teams standing come the Big West Conference Tournament. But back to this one, 40-31. The Mustangs lead at the break. Cal Poly 14 of 28 from the floor through one half of basketball, including 7 of 14 from the perimeter, 5 for 7 at the foul line. CSUN 13 of 31 from the field, 3 for 8 from downtown, and 2 for 3 at the foul line. It is the backcourt going and going again for Cal Poly, which should be music to Mustang fans' ears. 13 points for Donovan Fields, 10 for Victor Joseph. Tavrion Dawson, no surprise on the other side, leading the way with 11 for CSUN. But it was the Matadors who went on a little 5-0 run at the end of the first half to get this back to a single-digit deficit 20 minutes in. What must the Mustangs do to pull away and continue to hit the open shots they got in the opening half here in half number 2?
Yeah, now first of all, they have to continue to play defense. Cal Poly's really only been hurt by 2 people. Tavrion Dawson has 11 points and 6 rebounds. Reggie Theus Jr. has 9 points. Those are the only 2 guys that have really hurt Cal Poly from a scoring perspective. On the other end, Cal Poly, they did look much better at the start of this game, but they still were not making shots. I mean, at the under 12 timeout, Cal Poly was still only shooting 5 for 15 from the floor. They were getting great looks. They weren't going in. But in the last 11 and a half minutes of that first half, Cal Poly was 9 for 13 from the floor, almost 70%. So the reason Cal Poly has a 9-point lead here is because they're making shots. Sometimes it's just as simple as making baskets. But they're also taking good shots. And so, obviously, when you take good shots, your percentages go up in terms of making them. The other thing Cal Poly has done exceptionally well in the first half of this game is not turn the ball over. They only have 3 turnovers. Now, the last turnover really hurt because, like you said, CSUN went on a little 6-0 spurt right there at the end of the first half to cut this from a 15-point deficit to a 9-point deficit. So that last turnover hurt Cal Poly, but it was only their 3rd turnover of the first half. So I think more of the same on offense, just ball movement, player movement, shoot with confidence, don't turn the ball over, and then on defense, just continue to try and contain Tavrion Dawson and Reggie Theus Jr. Nobody else has really hurt them, but Dawson's such a good player. You got to figure he's probably going to get his anyway. Just make it tough on him.
Start of the second half between Cal Poly and CSUN comes your way next. The Mustangs lead the Matadors at the break 40-31. This has been the Dignity Health Central Coast halftime report on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. Hey, it's the start of the second half inside the Mott Athletic Center. One more half of basketball in this building for about 9 months. Isn't that a scary thought? 9 months without hoops inside the back?
Not yet. Season's not over yet.
40 to
I'm interested
31.
to see what kind of adjustment CSUN makes. You got to figure they're going to make some kind of adjustment defensively. I wonder if they would switch to a zone and extend that zone out. That has hurt Cal Poly in the past over the last month or so. See if CSUN does something like that.
Cal Poly with a 9-point lead. And the basketball to start the second half of play, 40 to 31 over CSUN. Fields in the right corner, a shot fake from 3, drives along the end line, gets caught in the air and throws it away.
And that's exactly what CSUN did. They came out in the zone and they trapped.
Dawson from the wing to the lane to the rim, and a blocking foul whistled against Victor Joseph, who tried to draw the charge on the left baseline, but instead whistled for the foul. And Tavrion Dawson on CSUN's first possession of the second half, getting to the foul line.
Right, and on defense again, they did come out in a zone, and on the very first pass to the wing, they ran a trap, and then the other 3 players played for the interception, and they forced a turnover. So Cal Poly has to be aware that they've made that adjustment, and Cal Poly needs to slow down and try and get the ball to the free throw line.
Dawson 1 for 1 at the foul line tonight, make it 2 for 2. He's got a team high 12 points and 6 rebounds. 18 seconds in to the second half. Dawson, the lefty, with such a pretty stroke at the foul line, knocks down both. And just like that, the Matadors are within 7.
And they also have a full court press going here. It doesn't look like they're trying to steal it or anything, but they're dropping back into that zone. Now they're man-to-man.
Miko holds up top, picked up by Tavrion Dawson. Finds Joseph high on the left wing. Meikle to set a screen. Joseph lets it fly from 3. Hard off the heel. Meikle the offensive rebound, the putback, and he's fouled on the way up by Tavrion Dawson, who got mostly ball but a little bit of wrist and looked to the foul line to shoot 2.
It's funny, Chris. This has happened several times this year. I mean, that was a nice adjustment that Reggie Theus made at halftime there to go to that zone in the trap. Cal Poly has struggled with that over the last month and a half. It worked the first time, and then he took it off. So I a little surprised that they didn't try it again and at least keep with it until Cal Poly solved it.
Meikle, an 88% foul shooter, knocks down the first of 2. Shot 57% from the foul line a season ago, so more than 30% the improvement from
amazing
junior to senior season for Luke Meikle. He rips the cords on both. Poly back up by 9, 42-33 over CSUN. 19-10 left to play in the second half. Schreiner holding with the basketball above his head on the left wing. Finds Theus Jr. up top. He spoon feeds Terrell Gomez with 10 to shoot. Gomez to the right wing. Finds Dawson in the right corner. He tosses underneath. Theus Jr. is back to the basket. Swings outside. Gomez steps into a 3 off the left side of the orange iron. And out of bounds. Last touched by Lyric Schreiner. Cal Poly gets the basketball back.
Yeah, nice hustle by Donovan Fields. He got a hand on that, and it actually knocked the ball off of Schreiner's foot.
More full court pressure shown by the Matadors, trailing by 9 on the road.
Now they're going to go zone or they're going to go man here?
That's the big question. It looks like a zone defense, a 2-3. Meikle steps into an open 3, misses off the left side of the rim, and Schreiner chases down the rebound in the left corner. Lyric Schreiner, the transfer from Texas Christian University in the Big 12 Conference.
Horned Frogs, right?
Yep, better known as TCU. Schreiner dribbling up top, tosses underneath. Fields pokes it right into the lap of Alex Abrams. Mustangs force a steal. Fields charges inside the foul line, swings outside Meikle to an open Crow from the right wing for 3. Too strong, offensive rebound Abrams. He was all alone on the left block. Joseph down the right side of the lane, now dribbles and backpedals to the right corner. Joseph, a left-hand dribble up top. Wraparound pass to the left wing for Donovan Fields with 15 to shoot. Fields watches Abrams, comes out and set a screen, finds Meikle up top. He spoon feeds Joseph, 10 to shoot. Joseph at the foul line, moves to the left elbow, wraparound pass up top. Meikle lobs underneath. Abrams all alone, reverse layup, good off the glass.
Great patience by Cal Poly there. Really, really nice.
44-33, the Mustangs lead by 11 over the Matadors of CSUN. Gomez with the basketball up top, picked up by Crow, swings the way of Dawson. Now to the corner, Lyric Schreiner, 15 to shoot. Underneath, Reggie Theus Jr., right-hand hook and missed. Another rebound for Alex Abrams.
Boy, Abrams has really played a nice game here tonight.
Mustangs by 11 with the basketball. Joseph inside the foul line, short jumper, got partially blocked. Abrams picks up the loose ball. Shot clock does not reset, 15 to shoot. Abrams with his back to the basket works on Dawson, kicks it outside. Fields lets it fly from three, and Donovan Fields connects again from distance.
You know, that's 3 times in a row, though, Alex Abrams has gotten an offensive rebound and hasn't tried to do too much. He just kicked it back out and started the offense over again. Really nice decision-making by Alex.
Razzle-dazzle Donovan, a game-high 16. Gomez lets it fly from the left elbow, missed the shot. Long rebound for Reggie Theus Jr. and a second chance for Cal State Northridge. The Matadors sporting the road gray uniforms with red trim, red numerals, and red last names on the back of the jersey. Gomez up top finds Carl Brown. A shot fake from the right wing, glides inside to the cup with the left hand, missed the floater, and a long rebound for Mark Crow, who will bring it across the green time stripe, acting as the point guard for Cal Poly. Bounces back for Fields to the rim with the right hand. Fields much too strong, and a rebound for Carl Brown. Fields hit the deck. Joe Calero wanted a whistle. He doesn't get it. Dawson to the corner. Terrell Gomez steps inside the arc and knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Yeah, nice play there. The only good thing for Cal Poly is he stepped inside the arc, so it's only 2 points instead of 3.
Cal Poly's lead is 12. Next whistle, a timeout on the floor. 47-35 over CSUN. Fields high on the right wing, finds Joseph, picked up by Schreiner. He moves around a screen set by Abrams. Mikkel, a shot fake from the left wing. Dribble handoff to Mark Crow, 10 to shoot. Crow down the baseline, finds Fields in the right corner for 3. It's good again for Donovan Fields.
Boy, Cal Poly looks so good on offense. They're really taking their time. They're spacing the floor, and they're making really good decisions.
How about 19 for the kid from Newburgh, New York, in his bag tonight. Donovan Fields with a game-high 19. Cal Poly with a 15-point advantage. Schreiner steps back from the left baseline and knocks down the mid-range jumper. So Lyric Schreiner on the board here in the second half. He has 5 points for the game. And CSUN within 13. Abrams, low right post, is back to the basket. Picked up by Theus Jr. Tries to move around him. Swings outside Meikle to the right wing Joseph. Mustangs spread the wealth around the three-point arc. Fields feeling it. Steps back. Long two. In and out.
Boy, that was halfway down. If that would have gone in, that was a tough shot.
Rebound for Schreiner. He comes across the green time stripe, dribbles in between his legs, underneath for Reggie Theus Jr., and a foul away from the basketball, I believe, on Luke Meikle. Yes, it is against the fifth-year senior, playing in his final contest in front of the Mustang Maniacs inside the Mott Athletic Center, and that will take us to a timeout on the floor. 50.
It's a brand new day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Rise and shine the daybreak way, make it feel alright. The way to start your day. Don't you know I'm ready for whatever comes my way? Starting the daybreak way.
How about 19 points, a game high for Donovan Fields, breaking out of a slump, and the Mustangs relishing in his glory here inside the Mott Athletic Center. 50-37, they lead CSUN. Matador basketball out of the timeout. 22 seconds on the shot clock, 14:40 left to play. Theus Jr. underneath, nice turnaround left-hand hook, and he puts it in off the window right over the outstretched arms of Hank Hollingsworth, who just checked into the game. CSUN within 11. Fields comes across the midcourt stripe, finds Joseph on the right wing. Joseph finds Meikle up top. Meikle ahead, high pass for a cutting Nijo. He bounces for Hollingsworth, and it's tripped away by Carl Brown.
Well, Hank needs to be ready to catch that ball, and Kuba probably should have shot it.
Brown has it knocked away inside the foul line. Mustangs get it back. Meikle, a head-high pass to the front court. Fields will backpedal to the right wing. Find Meikle on the right wing. Head-high pass to the left wing. Deep three for Nijo. Off the left side of the rim, and a rebound for Carl Brown. He's been very active off the bench for CSUN, scoring a little, rebounding a little for Reggie Theus. Dawson straight away, wide open for 3.
Boy, he's a
Slashes
good
it
player. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That was a big sequence there because Nijo missed a wide open three and then Dawson hit a three and it was a 6-point swing.
And it's an 8-point game. Nijo dribbling on the left wing, bounces for Meikle, mid-left post. He works in on Dawson, is back to the basket, finds Nijo up top, and Nijo fouled by Carl Brown. On the floor, it's the second team foul against the Matadors here in half number 2 at the 13:31 mark. And Cal Poly basketball with a 20-second timeout. The foul against Carl Brown is second off the bench for Cal State Northridge.
He looked like he was going to get subbed out, and I mean he was almost anticipating getting subbed out, and Coach Thea said, "Get back in there."
Nijo will trigger in, finds Hollingsworth up top, not a threat from the perimeter, and he rightfully hands to Donovan Fields, a game-high 19 for the fourth-year junior from Newburgh, New York. Meikle fades, fires, and hits from the right baseline.
That was a savvy veteran play there. Luke knows he's 6'9". I mean, he just raised up and shot it right over Dawson.
7 points for the fifth-year senior on senior night. Cal Poly leads by 10 again, 52-42. Schreiner on the left wing, picked up by Nijo. Bounces inside. Dawson is back to the basket, draws the double, goes up with the left hand and floats it up and in anyway.
Wow. Cal Poly's coaches on the bench were yelling for Kuba Nijo to help. He just got there too late.
Double team, not a problem for the senior Tavrion Dawson. He's got a team high 18 points for CSUN, keeping the Matadors in this game. Fields on the right baseline, dribbling in between his legs, raises over Guevara and misses short. Guevara grabs the rebound. Fields quickly back the other way, picks him up and knocks it out of his hands. Nijo grabs the loose ball.
Boy, great play by Donovan.
Fields comes to the front court, bounces for Nijo. He glides to the cup, Euro step for Kuba, and he's fouled on the way up.
Good call. The defense came over and cut off his path to the hoop. He did the little Euro step and earned a trip to the free throw line.
Now, because he is from Europe.
Yeah, it's just called a step.
It's just a step for Kuba, right?
Good question. I don't know.
Or the Polish step for the Polish pistol.
We'll have to ask him after the game. In Europe, is that just called the step?
Nijo shooting 2 at the foul line, and he rips the cords on the first of 2. Kuba, a 79% foul shooter this season. Marcellus Garrick back in the game, replacing Victor Joseph. 12:22 left to play in regulation. Cal Poly by 9 over CSUN, 53-44 inside the Mott Athletic Center for the final time this season. Nijo 2 for 2. He's got 7 points. As Jelon Pipkins replaces Carl Brown for Reggie Theus.
Yeah, now Cal Poly needs a couple stops here on defense. CSUN, I think, has scored the last 3 or 4 times down the floor. Cal Poly has 2, but Cal Poly needs to start getting some stops here.
Jonathan Guevara, the point guard at the moment for CSUN, brings it across the green time stripe. Dawson up top, wraparound pass. Guevara down the left side of the lane to the rim with the right hand, left the shot short. And a long rebound for Lyric Schreiner, a second chance for the Matadors. Next whistle, a timeout on the floor, under 12 to play. Schreiner works to the right elbow, swings outside. Jelon Pipkins picked up by Marcellus Garrick. Now Dawson working on Meikle, steps back from the right elbow and
boy, I
drains
tell
the
you
jumper.
What a smooth operator. He has got a lot of game.
I will continue to say it time after time. Everything looks sweeter from the left side. A left-handed swing, a left-handed shot, a left-handed throw. Everything is sweeter. Dawson, the takeaway to the rim with the 2 hands. And a monster flush for Tavrion Dawson. CSUN is within 6.
Well, he just flat out hustled Hank Hollingsworth to that ball. That was a bad play by Hank.
And a smart timeout taken by Cal Poly. Tavrion Dawson has taken over this second half. The senior from Long Beach keeping the Matadors within it throughout. And a timeout taken by Joe Calero at the 11:19 mark of the second half, a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. Cal Poly 54, CSUN 48. Back in a moment on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. The senior forward understands how important this game is. His name is Tavrion Dawson. He has the last 9 points for CSUN, and they pulled within 6 on the road at Cal Poly. At Northridge, it trailed by as many as 15 here in the second half. Cal Poly has extended, or rather seen the lead shrink to 6 points. Is out of the Joe Calero timeout. Cubanizzo has the basketball deflected into the backcourt. Theus Jr. pleading that Nijo had touched it last.
No, that was definitely kicked out of bounds by CSUN, but they threw that zone trap again, and it worked again. Cal Poly just has to get it together here and anticipate a little bit what CSUN's going to do.
And the next whistle should serve as our under 12 timeout, and it will. So another timeout on the floor. Still Cal Poly basketball with 16 to shoot. Make-A-Wish, 11-11 left to play in the second half. Cal Poly leads CSUN 54-48 on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. At the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation, join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit MAFFoundation.com. Now the Mustangs, they have led by as many as 15 here in the second half, but they have seen the lead dwindle down to 6 for the time being, in large part to Tavrion Dawson. He's done here in half number 2. He has scored the last 9 for CSUN. And he has a game-high 22 points all of a sudden to pull the Matadors within 6 points, 54-48. Cal Poly out of the timeout. Mustang basketball. Cubanizzo inbounding from in front of the visiting bench here inside the Mott Athletic Center. And
I don't know what they call.
Anish will have to do it again.
The momentum has changed here in the last couple minutes, Chris. Cal Poly really needs to take their time and get a good shot here on offense.
Nijo bounces in for Marcellus Garrick, approaching the 11-minute mark of the second half. Garrick comes to the front court, draws a double team, finds Fields up top, 5 to shoot. Fields glides in on Guevara, has it knocked away, taken away by Dawson. Dawson sprints to the front court, and a smart foul committed by Cubanizzo, or else that may have been another breakaway jam for Tavrion Dawson.
Yeah, unless that, Reggie Theus is claiming for a intentional foul or whatever. That was a smart foul, as long as they don't call something crazy here. They're going to call a...
Now the officials will look at it, or at least get together and talk about it, with 10:57 left to play in the game. Could be a clear path foul, and they'll head over to the monitor to check it out. I don't know if it was Marcellus Garrick. I believe it was, but Garrick was right next to Nijo, perhaps a step ahead of Nijo. If Garrick was ahead of Dawson when the foul was committed,
it's not a clear path
should
foul.
not be a clear path foul, but if Dawson was ahead of everybody when Nijo committed the foul, it will be a clear path foul and a couple of free throws and the basketball for Tavrion Dawson and CSUN.
Yeah, true. More importantly, I mean, that was just a bad possession by Cal Poly. Cal Poly needs to take care of the ball, and they really needed to get a good shot attempt there, a high-quality shot. The momentum has definitely switched. It's all with CSUN right now. It's a very, very important part of this game.
No clear path foul, so Northridge basketball with 29 to shoot, 10:57 left to play in regulation, and a chance to creep closer.
Yeah, a little gut check here for Cal Poly. Let's see how they respond.
Guevara holds up top, pounding the basketball with his right hand. Swings over to Dawson. Entry pass underneath for Theus, off of his fingertips, out of bounds.
Well, so far so good. They got the ball back without giving up any points. Let's see if they can get a good shot now on offense.
Josh Martin in the game for the first time here in half number 2 for Joe Calero. Quiet first half for the fourth-year junior from Bothell, Washington. Full court pressure shown by CSUN. Nijo triggers in for Martin, right back into the hands of Nijo, who finds Fields, who crosses the midcourt stripe. Martin up top, watched by Lyric Schreiner, nearly has his pocket picked, and it is. Another steal for Northridge. Schreiner to the rim with the right hand, lays it in off the window. It's a 4-point game.
Well, that was just a bad play by Josh Martin. I mean, he's trying to force it. He wasn't open. Cal Poly just needs to make the simple play here.
And you can hear the Mustang faithful inside the MAC getting restless. Garrick down the left side of the lane to the rim with the left hand. Can't get the roll, but there's Alex Abrams to clean it up. His follow with the right hand falls through.
I tell you, he's been the guy tonight that stepped up big here when Cal Poly needs it.
10 minutes left to play.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The other thing, Victor Joseph, I got to believe he's going to be coming in the game here pretty quickly. Here he comes.
Along with Luke Meikle. Guevara bounces for Theus Jr. And the shot clock reset to 20 seconds for CSUN. 9:53 to play. Martin, a quick spurt for him, and Nijo back to the bench. Schreiner will trigger in from the baseline for the Matadors of CSUN. Bounces in for Jelon Pipkins on the right baseline. He backpedals to the right wing and finds Jonathan Guevara, the former Cerritos College Falcon, high on the right wing. Now Dawson with the basketball, picked up by Meikle. Spins his way inside the foul line, gets to the rim with the right hand, and it drops through for Tavrion Dawson, who has a game-high 24.
Yeah, I'm running out of superlatives for him. I mean, he's showing the whole package tonight.
His season high in conference play is 29, and a hand check whistled against Jonathan Guevara as Donovan Fields was dribbling on the right wing. Fourth against CSUN here in half number 2. Cal Poly, if they get there, the best free throw shooting team percentage-wise in the Big West and top 20 nationally. Fields bouncing the basketball, picked up by Guevara. Abrams out to set a screen. Fields moves to the rim with the left hand. Nice up and under. He gets it to go off the glass.
Wow, that was a Donovan Fields special, and that was a tough shot.
Team high 21 for Fields. 2 away from tying a career high. Guevara up top, picked up by Fields, terminates his dribble beyond the foul line. Schreiner in the left corner, wide open for 3. It's good for Lyric Schreiner. Boy, he had all day in the left corner. He dared Luke Meikle to come out and guard him.
Well,
Meikle wound up getting a hand up, but Schreiner knocked down the shot anyway.
Well, they were afraid of Dawson,
The Matadors are within 3 points.
They were afraid of Dawson, who made the pass there.
Joseph up top, 15 to shoot, finds Fields high on the right wing. Mustangs 58, Matadors 55. Fields splits 2 defenders. Had the ball knocked away, but prior, a foul on the floor against CSUN. That's the 5th.
Yeah, it's a good thing they got that foul call because that would have been a dunk at the other end. But I think he was fouled. And that's what Donovan needs to do, and he's good at it, is split that double team.
After Cal Poly hit 7 shots from the perimeter in the opening half, you're seeing much more aggressive defense being played by Northridge, especially beyond the perimeter.
Right.
Joseph dribbles the basketball, 10 to shoot, moves to the left baseline. A runner with the right hand is good off the glass. A kiss and a smile for the senior, Victor Joseph.
Yeah, and he's showing his full arsenal tonight as well.
In double figures, he has 12.
Can the Mustangs get a stop here?
Jelon Pipkins, oh my goodness, freshman tried to put Fields on a poster, knocked him over, no whistle, he whiffed the shot. Here comes Fields and Joseph rather to the front court to the rim with the right hand, he floats it in.
Wow, and how often do you see that where one team misses a layup on one end and the other team comes back and gets a layup on the other end? That's what happened there.
And the Matadors call timeout, 7:51 left to play in the game. The Mustang lead is back up to 7, 62-55, 21 for Fields, 14 for Victor Joseph. The backcourt is alive and well for Cal Poly in this one. And a timeout on the full timeout, so we'll take it with them back in a moment inside the Mott Athletic Center on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. Now the Matadors not going away in this one. 7:51 left to play in regulation. CSUN trails Cal Poly and San Luis Obispo 62-55, with the Matadors, who trailed by 15 in the early moments of the second half. They have cut the deficit down to 7 for now, and in large part to some hot shooting from the floor. They are 10 for 16 as a team, 2 for 3 from distance.
And Cal Poly has 6 turnovers here in the second half, which is twice as many as they had in the first half.
Out of the timeout,
Boy.
Gomez bounces for who else but Tavrion Dawson to the rim with the left hand. An easy laying off the glass for the senior.
Yeah, he is just dominating this game. Cal Poly might have to just double team him or something. Try something to get the ball out of his
He is
hands.
so long and so athletic and can beat you in so many ways. Garrick in the right corner, 15 to shoot, moves inside the foul line. Nice ball fake, gets around Schreiner, up and under, too strong. Missed the rim, hit off the backboard. And Lyric Schreiner brings it back the other way for CSUN. Matadors trail by 5. Schreiner picks up his dribble beyond the foul line. Head high pass to the corner. Gomez inside the perimeter. Finds Guevara up top, who spoon feeds Gomez with 15 to shoot and 7 minutes left to play in regulation. Mustangs by 5. Gomez on the right wing finds Dawson up top, under 10 to shoot. He lets it fly from deep. Air ball.
Yeah, that one didn't fire. So he is human. My goodness, that didn't look good from the minute it left his hands. But that's about the only thing he hasn't done well tonight.
Now perhaps that will cool him off. 6:50 left to play. Dawson finally misses, and the Mustangs have the basketball up 5 over CSUN. Fields dribbles up top, moves to the left elbow, backpedals to the wing, finds Meikle from straight away. A shot fake from 3. Garrick steps into a right wing triple. Off the left side of the rim, a rebound for who else but Tavrion Dawson.
Yeah, that's okay. That was a good possession by Cal Poly. Good shot.
Dawson nearing a double-double. 9 rebounds for the senior, and Lyric Schreiner comes down the left baseline. A foul committed by Marcellus Garrick on the floor.
I love it when the referee made a motion like he hit him in the head. Marcellus Garrick might have fouled him there, but he didn't hit him in the head. He might have bumped him in the hip or something, but I love when referees do that.
The fourth-year junior, Blair Orr, listed as a center in the game for CSUN. 6'8", 252. His first action of the night. Gomez wide open from the right wing, lets it fly and knocks down the 3. Terrell Gomez, the best three-point field goal percentage shooter in the Big West, pulls the Matadors within 2.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player.
62-60, Fields to the left elbow, backpedals to the wing, wraparound pass for Crow, up top, 15 to shoot. 6 minutes left to play. Garrick beyond the foul line, a shot fake from 3. Finds Fields on the left wing, will reset the half-court offense with 10 to shoot. Abrams out to set a screen. Fields draws the double. Fields trying to get out of traffic, bounces into the hands of Jonathan Guevara. CSUN can tie with the 2. Gomez to the cup, lays it in. We are tied, 62 apiece. Terrell Gomez with the last 5 for the Matadors. Timeout, Cal Poly.
Again, another gut check for Cal Poly. Give CSUN credit. They were down 15 right before the half. They cut it to 9, and they've come out with a lot more energy here in the second half, and they have all the momentum right now. So it's never easy, is it, Chris? I mean, Cal Poly is going to have to dig deep here and go back to what they were doing in the first half when they built that lead.
It's the second tie of this game since it was 9-9 in the early moments of the opening half. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency. We can help any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you. So if it's not Tavrion Dawson, it's perhaps the Big West Conference Freshman of the Year frontrunner, Terrell Gomez, with the last 5 for the Matadors.
Well, that's on one end of the floor, but let's Cal Poly has 7 turnovers here in the second half, and that certainly hasn't helped their cause. I mean, they have to do a much better job of taking care of the ball, and I don't think they're worth the intensity of CSUN's defense. CSUN has really picked up their defensive intensity and effort here in the second half, and it has affected Cal Poly on the offensive end. Cal Poly needs to be more aggressive on offense.
Now both teams in a must-win situation this evening. You certainly feel the Mustangs on their home floor for the final time this season need it a little more. Joseph out of the timeout, gets to the rim with the right hand. Counted, and a foul for Victor Joseph.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered. He took it right to the rim. He's going to get an and-one opportunity, so that was very nice.
The senior stepping up in crunch time for the Mustangs will head to the foul line to try and complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. 86% shooter, second best in the Big West behind his buddy Donovan Fields, and top 50 nationally for Victor Joseph at the stripe this season.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to say he's a senior from Rancho Cucamonga.
There you go.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just curious to see what Cal Poly is going to do on defense here. They have to do something a little bit different because CSUN has really been on a roll here. Let's see. Cal Poly looks like they're in a man at the moment. Nope. They're in a zone.
Joseph knocks down the free throw. Cal Poly by 3 again, 65-62 over CSUN. Carl Brown, left wing three for the tie. Missed it short. Blair Orr with an offensive rebound. The 6'8 center swings outside. Guevara underneath. Orr up and under with the right hand off the window. Blair Orr scores off the bench for the first time tonight.
Well, and the offensive rebound, which gave him a second chance.
He's a transfer from the University of Winnipeg. And he pulls CSUN back within a point. 4:40 left to play. Mustangs by 1. Fields on the right elbow. Head high pass to the corner. Deflected out of bounds by Carl Brown. And Tavrion Dawson, who was on the bench to catch a quick breather, is right back in the game for Blair Orr.
Yeah, Cal Poly, I'd like to see him on the bench a little longer but Donovan was lucky that pass wasn't picked off.
Cal Poly by a point on their home floor. Under 10 to shoot. Crow up top finds Joseph. It's off of his fingertips. He saves it back in bounds to Crow. 3 to shoot. Crow has to heave up a shot. He finds Fields, and Fields didn't get it off. Wouldn't have mattered. It didn't touch the rim. And a shot clock violation.
Well, that's turnover number 8. That was a bad turnover, and actually Mark Crow was fouled there. The referees let it go. But bad possession there by Cal Poly.
Well, the Matadors can take their first lead since the opening minutes with a bucket here, trailing by a point. Dawson underneath to the rim with the left hand. He missed the shot. Offensive rebound for Lyric Schreiner, a fresh 30. Schreiner back down the lane to the rim with the left hand. Counted in a foul off the glass for the former TCU Horned Frog. CSUN leads 66-65 with 4:10 left to play, and Lyric Schreiner will have a chance to get one more for the Matadors at the foul line.
Yeah, well, you know what happened there is Mark Crow came over on Tavrion Dawson, made a great defensive play, forced the miss, but Schreiner got the rebound and just took it right back to the basket and was able to get there and get fouled.
Schreiner sinks the free throw. CSUN leads by 2. Can you believe it?
Boy, this is
67-65.
Yep, we got a 4-minute game here. Cal Poly, this is critical. A lot to ride on these next 4 minutes. Cal Poly, see if they can step up here and get a good shot.
Full court pressure shown by the Matadors. The good news for the Mustangs, one more foul against CSUN. Cal Poly's in the bonus for the rest of the night.
Well, I'd like to see them spread the floor and get Joseph or Fields going to the basket.
Under 4 minutes left to play. Gut check time for the Mustangs in their home finale. 10 to shoot. Meikle up top finds Crow on the left wing. Crow, a right hand push pass to Joseph. 5 to shoot. Joseph splits 2 defenders, steps back for 3 off the front of the rim, and a rebound for Tavrion Dawson.
That was not a good shot there. Luke Meikle just mistimed the rebound, but too much dribbling, I think, on that particular possession.
3.5 minutes left to play. Gomez taking his time. Picked up by Donovan Fields. The Mustangs need a stop. 15 to shoot. Gomez beyond the foul line. Swings to the corner. Schreiner, a shot fake from 3. Steps in for 2. Missed it off the right side of the rim and out of bounds. Last touched by Carl Brown. Cal Poly will get it back when we return. A close game. Not a whole lot of time remaining. It's simply the Mott Athletic Center in 2018 Big
true.
West Conference play. CSUN 67. Cal Poly 65. The Mustangs have the basketball with 3:15 left to play when we return on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield. At one point, Cal Poly led by 15 with 3:15 left to play in the game. They'll have to play from behind. CSUN 67, Cal Poly 65. Senior night in the home finale for the Mustangs. And a very important game it means to the Big West Conference tournament. Only 8 of the 9 teams in the league make the tournament. It's the top 8 teams. And the loser of this game will certainly have some trouble digging themselves out of a hole with just 2 games left for the Mustangs, 3 for the Matadors in the final week and a half of the regular season.
Cal Poly, I'd like to see them get some player movement and ball movement here. Too much dribbling in the last couple of possessions.
Joseph up top, picked up by Jonathan Guevara. 3 minutes left to play inside the friendly confines for the Mustangs for the final time this season. Joseph on the left wing finds Meikle on the left baseline, picked up by the much smaller Lyric Schreiner, and he knocks it away. Loose ball grabbed by Guevara underneath Dawson, lays it up and in off the glass. CSUN leads by 4 with 2:45 left. Cal Poly keeps turning over the basketball, leading to easy buckets for the Matadors.
Yeah, well, they were trying to get Luke Meikle posted up there. They got what they wanted, but the defense just poked the ball away.
Victor Joseph picked up by Jonathan Guevara. 10 seconds to shoot. Joseph moves to the right elbow, a foul on the floor. That's the 7th against the Matadors. So Victor Joseph, with the Mustangs trailing by 4, and now in the bonus for the rest of the night, will head to the foul line and shoot perhaps the biggest 1-and-1 of his Cal Poly career here in his final game inside the Mott Athletic Center.
Well, Cal Poly got a little bit bailed out there because really nothing was happening, and but with the free throw shooters Cal Poly has, it wouldn't be a bad idea when you to take the ball to the basket, try and draw.
Joseph 1 for 1 at the foul line and earns himself a second free throw as he connects on the front end of the 1-and-1.
I will say this, Chris, CSUN looks like a completely different team in the second half here defensive-wise. They have stepped up their energy and effort by a factor of 2 or 3.
Joseph's second free throw is good. 69-67, Matadors by 2, 2:20 left to play. Tip your cap to Reggie Theus. Whatever he said at halftime in the locker room, it has worked for CSUN here in half number 2. Dawson on the right baseline is back to the basket, picked up by Abrams, swings up top Guevara to the left wing. Brown steps in, the elbow jumper, hard off the heel, long rebound for Victor Joseph. 2 minutes left. Joseph comes to the front court, draws the double team near the midcourt stripe, might want to call timeout, and is whistled for a travel. I don't know about that.
Well, you know what? Victor had a trailer there. He didn't know the CSUN guy was behind him, and he picked up his dribble right past the half-court line and was trapped. Cal Poly needs to forget about that and play defense here.
Another turnover forced by CSUN. 1:45 left. The Matadors lead by 2 with the basketball. Gomez taking his time dribbling near the center circle. Now he'll move to the left elbow. Up top, Dawson. Down the right side of the lane to the rim with the left hand. Missed the shot. And a rebound for Mark Crow.
Cal Poly should push it here.
90 seconds left. Cal Poly trails by 2 at home. What's new? Fields on the right baseline to the rim with the left hand. Ties the game.
Great play.
69-69, 1:15 left. Gomez crosses the green time stripe and calls timeout with 1:11 left to play in regulation. Donovan Fields, when you need him most, he has tied his career high. 23 points for the junior from Newburgh, New York, and we are even at 69.
Yeah, and Cal Poly has a foul to give here if that should come into play, so they can afford to be aggressive on defense here. Ideally, they just play solid defense. You got to believe CSUN's going to go to Tavion Dawson, and Cal Poly's going to need to help out. There's no way. Cal Poly doesn't have anybody that can stop him one-on-one, and he's proven that all game. So look for Cal Poly to double down on Tavion Dawson and see if they can force somebody else from CSUN to miss a shot.
Milestone Tavern, the official pregame and could be postgame headquarters for Cal Poly Athletics, now features late night happy hour with dining until 11 p.m. every Wednesday through Saturday night. So get on down to Milestone Tavern, win or loss for the Mustangs inside the Mott Athletic Center. Donovan Fields, as we mentioned, just tied his career high with a layup to pull us even at 69 apiece. 1:11 left to play in regulation. Another tight game that comes down to the wire in the Mott Athletic Center finale, and the Mustangs would love nothing more than a little Mott magic to close out the regular season home schedule tonight?
Well, if CSUN takes a lot of time off the clock here and Cal Poly is able to get a stop and get the defensive rebound, depending on how this plays out, this could be one of those situations where they could get a 2-for-1. But a lot of time left, a lot of things can happen here. First things first, Cal Poly just needs to play solid defense and then secure the defensive rebound.
Matador basketball out of the Reggie Theus timeout. Both teams with one timeout remaining. Winner of this one has a big advantage moving forward to get to the Big West Conference tournament. The loser, not so much. Dawson triggers in for Terrell Gomez, 20 to shoot.
They're not in any hurry to shoot. They're going to run the shot clock down here.
Carl Brown up top, 60 seconds left in regulation. Gomez in the right corner, thought about the three, gives it up to Dawson, back to Gomez, NBA rain from the right wing, off the right side of the orange iron,
wow.
And a rebound for Alex Abrams.
I cannot believe that's the shot they settled for.
Fields dribbles to the front court, picked up by Lyric Schreiner. We're tied at 69.
Now Cal Poly can go 2-for-1 here if they want to, but it doesn't look like they're in any hurry.
Abrams out to set a screen. Fields down the right side of the lane, turns around, missed the shot off the glass. Offensive rebound, Abrams. 30 seconds left. Put back rejected at the rim. Gets his own miss again, and he is fouled on the floor.
Yeah, that was a great hustle. I think he was trying to kick it out, which would have been a really good play by Alex, but boy, what an effort there to secure that rebound amongst three CSUN players.
And this should be the 1-and-1 for Abrams. The shot clock is turned off, 29.4 showing.
See,
the fourth-year junior playing in his final home game as a Cal Poly Mustang.
Yeah, he was really smart, though. He was trying to get the ball to kick back out to Fields or Joseph, and that would have forced CSUN to just play straight up till the end of the game. Cal Poly could have gone for the last shot.
Abrams 70% at the foul line, misses hard off the heel. Dawson chases down the rebound, and CSUN can hold for the final shot of the game. They do have one timeout remaining. Gomez to the front court. Theus will take it with 20.2 seconds left to play. Abrams misses the huge front end of the 1-and-1.
You know, Chris, Tavrion Drosten ran down that rebound right in front of the Cal Poly bench, and I was blocked out a little bit, but I think they were calling for a travel there. It looked like he may have shuffled his feet a little bit when he got that rebound, but in any case, missed opportunity there for Cal Poly. Now they just have to play it straight up. They can't afford a foul.
And Abrams had a great opportunity underneath when he grabbed the offensive rebound to just simply put it back up and in, but he hesitated, looked like a deer in headlights,
right.
Held the basketball, tried to go back up. His shot was rejected. Luckily got his own miss and had the opportunity to put the Mustangs ahead in the 1-and-1. But
now, I'm sorry to interrupt. Cal Poly does have a foul to give here, so they can afford to be really aggressive on the perimeter here. I mean, you don't want to give up a foul with 15 seconds left or anything, but if it gets down inside of 5 seconds, then you may want to use one foul. Sorry.
69-69, 20 and 2/10 of a second remaining. The shot clock is off. Another thriller inside the Mott Athletic Center. And right now the Mustangs may just be content with seeing overtime. CSUN can hold for the final shot, 12 seconds left. Gomez methodically bouncing the basketball high on the left wing. Or out to set a screen, 5 seconds left. Gomez moves up top, 4 seconds left. Dawson to the foul line, jumper for the win. Off the front of the rim, more basketball inside the Mott Athletic Center.
Why not?
This is normal. This
is
totally normal for Cal Poly
That's not
in
the guy that you wanted to see take that shot, and that's really not the shot you wanted to see him take. He got to the free throw line. That was a really good opportunity, but it wasn't a good-looking shot. That had no chance to go in. I don't know if he was just a little bit out of balance or what. That was probably, he's only made 2 mistakes all night. That air ball he shot and that shot were the only 2 things he's done all night that I would say didn't look like an all-conference player.
So Tavrion Dawson misses. He still has a game-high 28, in large part to why we're still playing basketball. 5 more minutes at least. It was a week ago that Cal Poly went to triple overtime and came up short against UC Davis. The Mustangs' 3rd overtime game of Big West Conference play. They are 0-2 in the extra time here in Big West Conference play, but an opportunity to pick up a victory and put themselves, and I've said it too many times tonight, I'll continue to say it until the Mustangs get in the win column at the end of the night. an opportunity for Cal Poly to all but assure themselves, I would think, a spot in the Big West Conference tournament. Although work to be done next week, the Mustangs will hit the road for 2 to close out the regular year at UC Riverside a week from today, and at rival UC Santa Barbara 9 days from now. 69-69 our score as we head to the overtime period. Donovan Fields 23 points, Victor Joseph 19 points, Tavrion Dawson with a game high 28-10, a double for him. Lyric Schreiner also has a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds. Alex Abrams,
15 rebounds.
1 rebound shy of his career high.
Wow. And you know what I want to see from Cal Poly here in the extra time is I want to watch them offensively. I'd like to see them. They've done a better job the last few possessions of spreading the court out and giving Donovan Fields and Victor Joseph room to penetrate. And they've been able to get shots going to the basket and either score at the rim or get to the free throw line. So we'll see what Cal Poly does offensively here, but hopefully they'll spread the floor and move the ball around a little bit.
At least 5 more minutes left for the Mott Athletic Center. In 2018 Big West Conference play, Abrams and Dawson in the center circle. The ball is up. Overtime is underway. CSUN has the basketball first, operating from right to left in a 69-69 game. Tavrion Dawson missed an open foul line jumper at the buzzer, and that's why we're playing an extra 5. Carl Brown from beyond the foul line raises and knocks down the mid-range jumper. CSUN draws first blood in OT, 71-69 Matadors.
And Brown has a really nice-looking jump shot.
Fields dribbles the basketball high on the right wing. Abrams out to set a screen, draws a double, head high pass to the center circle. Luke Meikle finds Joseph on the left wing. Joseph picked up by Schreiner. Joseph carried it over.
You know what? I think that was a bad call. That ball was tipped.
Victor not the type to complain about it. Puts his head down and trots back to the other end and gets ready to play some more defense.
Well, that's all you can do. That was bad possession there by Cal Poly, obviously.
14 turnovers for the Mustangs tonight. Brown high on the left wing, picked up by Joseph. Spoon feeds Gomez, 15 to shoot, 4 minutes left to play in OT. Theus Jr. up top, chucks it to the left corner. Schreiner, a shot fake from 3, finds Gomez on the left wing. He lets it fly, misses off the front of the rim, and a rebound, the 16th, tying a career high for Alex Abrams.
All right, let's see what Cal Poly does here offensively. They need to get a good quality shot.
Fields up top with 20 to shoot. Fields down the right side of the lane to the rim with the right hand, missed the layup.
Oh, my.
Rolled off the cylinder, and a rebound for Carl Brown.
And that was a good quality shot, one that he's going to make about 98% of the time.
71-69, CSUN up by 2 with the basketball. 3:25 left to play in overtime. Schreiner lobs to the left baseline, Dawson. One jab, another jab, puts it on the deck. Up top, Theus down the lane, finds Dawson on the left block, flips it up and in off the glass with the left hand, and flexes his muscles as he should. He has 30. 73-69. Both teams have a timeout. In fact, the Mustangs have 2 here in overtime. The one that they didn't use in the second half carried over, as do the fouls. Cal Poly's in the bonus. But they haven't scored here in the first overtime period. Meikle lobs underneath. Abrams, bad pass, went off of his fingertips, off the backboard. Dawson comes down to the floor to get it. And a foul against Cal Poly, it looks like. No, a foul.
No, they called a kick ball.
A kick ball?
Which was interesting because there was a scramble for the ball, and I think it was Brown or Dawson that actually grabbed the ball with his feet, and the referees called a kicked ball.
Which means possession was never shifted over to CSUN, and the officials will huddle together and talk about it.
Yeah.
If it stays with Cal Poly, 5 to shoot for the Mustangs, and the officials will head over to the video monitor to check it out.
And that was the call. For sure, that was what they called on the floor, so they're going to have to see something that's conclusive if they want to overturn it. And about the only thing I thought they could overturn is maybe to call a jump ball. And the possession arrow belongs to Cal Poly. So either way, Cal Poly should get the basketball here.
A look at the California Fresh Market out-of-town scoreboard. UC Irvine hammering UC Santa Barbara at halftime down in Orange County, 37-19. So those two teams may share first place in the Big West Conference come the end of the night. And tipping off in about 10 minutes from now on the island of Oahu, Long Beach State. At Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors with the Southern California sweep, beating Irvine and Riverside on the road last week. A chance to move up in the standings and knock off the Beach inside Stan Sheriff Center later tonight. But in this one, overtime, CSUN 73, Cal Poly 69, 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining.
Now, they put 30 seconds on the clock, which means it leads me to believe that they called a jump ball.
The possession arrow would point the way of Cal Poly as Northridge won the opening tap of the overtime period.
So they're saying that Northridge got possession of that ball and then was tied up. That's the only way Cal Poly could have 30 seconds.
Makes sense. I did think that Dawson, at least for a moment or two,
had the ball.
Had full possession of the
basketball.
basketball.
Yeah, it looked like it. Now, Victor Joseph really made there were a lot of guys hustling on that play. Victor Joseph came in and saved the day for Cal Poly because that was going to be a steal for CSUN.
Well, Nijo sits on the scorer's table. Gives us a wink. Kuba's confident. He's the Polish pistol after all. And he just wants to play some basketball. 2:45 left in the overtime period. CSUN 73, Cal Poly 69. The Mustangs with the basketball. And Nijo will trigger in. Finds Donovan Fields. Fresh 30-second shot clock for the Mustangs. Fields bouncing the basketball on the right wing. Gets down the right side of the lane underneath. Reverse layup. Boy, that missed everything. Not a good shot from Donovan. And he commits a foul on Lyric Schreiner, who grabs the rebound. It's the 6th against the Mustangs. So and now CSUN in the bonus the rest of the way. And they have the basketball up 4. 2:33 left in the overtime period. Abrams will replace Nijo.
Offense for defense.
Cal Poly can't buy a bucket here in the OT period.
No, Donovan took off too far from the basket there, and his lane was cut off, and then he tried to scoop and go under, but there was just too much ground to cover. He couldn't get it off of the glass.
Gomez swings the way of Schreiner high on the left wing. Schreiner dribbles with 20 to shoot, bounces for Dawson. He charges to the cup with the left hand, missed the shot. Rebound, Luke Meikle.
Wow.
Big stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, huge stop, and Cal Poly dodged the bullet there because that's the only time he's missed that shot all night.
Fields dribbling on the right wing. Abrams out to set a screen. Meikle steps into a three. It is off the back of the rim. He gets his own miss.
Mark Crow kept that alive.
2 minutes left. Cal Poly's got to score. They haven't here in overtime, more than 3 minutes in. Crow on the left wing. Head high pass to the left baseline. Meikle a shot fake from mid-range. Moves inside the foul line. Swings to the corner, and Crow is fouled on the floor by Carl Brown. The issue here, last 2 times Cal Poly has been fouled on the floor, it has come against 2 of their not so steady free throw shooters. Abrams at 70% with not a whole lot of attempts at the foul line this year. And Mark Crow, 1 for 2 at the stripe tonight, will shoot the 1-and-1 with 1:48 left to play.
Yeah, but if you want to win and you're in the game at this juncture, then you got to step up and make your free throws.
50% this season from the foul line, the redshirt freshman from Dallas, Texas. Misses off the front of the rim. Meikle grabs the miss. Second chance. Meikle underneath. Tangled up. Jump ball. CSUN basketball.
Well, the arrow's pointing at Cal Poly.
Well, then the jump ball must not have been called out of that kerfuffle on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cal Poly, maybe the shot clock operators forgot to change the possession arrow.
Well, luckily for the Mustangs, the possession arrow still pointing their way, so they do keep possession of the basketball.
But they got to score. You're right.
They have to score.
They haven't scored yet, and they haven't looked good trying. So they need a bucket here.
Crow triggers in, finds Fields on the right wing. Fields takes a diagonal dribble inside the foul line, bounces for Abrams, is back to the basket. He swings to the corner. Crow raises from 3, knocks it down.
Boy, that was a huge shot.
Well, it's the redshirt freshman to get him on the board in overtime. Cal Poly's within a point. 90 seconds left.
No threes here. Don't give up any threes.
73-72 CSUN. Now perhaps that shot at the foul line gave Crow a good feel for the basketball and a wise decision to pull the Mustangs within a point. Dawson on the right wing, picked up by Meikle. Under 10 to shoot. Dawson steps back for 3. It is off the left side of the rim. Fields chases down the rebound in the corner. Fields accelerates to the forecourt. 60 seconds left in overtime. Cal Poly can see a lead with a bucket here. Fields picked up by Guevara, finds Meikle up top. 53 seconds left. Meikle spoon feeds Joseph. Joseph with 15 to shoot. Joseph in the corner finds Fields on the right wing. Fields inside the foul line, flips up a shot with the left hand, missed it. Not a good shot from Fields. Dawson the rebound. 12 seconds separate shot clock and game clock, and Gomez comes to the forecourt for CSUN.
Cal Poly does not need to foul here. No fouls, no threes.
CSUN calls a timeout, the one they have in overtime, and as well as Donovan Fields played in regulation, he has forced it down the stretch in this game.
Yeah, that was a tough shot attempt here. But back to the situation at hand. 32 seconds left, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Cal Poly just cannot give up a three. They're down one. They can't give up a three here, and they really don't want to foul. They just want to play solid defense and get a defensive rebound. They'll have a chance to come down and win the game. But at the very least, if you're going to give up a bucket, just make sure it's not a three so it stays a one-possession game.
32.3 remaining, 20 seconds on the shot clock. 73-72. What a win this would be for CSUN. The issue for the Mustangs, if they drop this one tonight, they wouldn't exactly control their own destiny the rest of the way, because both Riverside and Northridge, with 3 games remaining on the schedule, Cal Poly has just 2. Now, one of them comes against UC Riverside, but that would put the pressure on the Mustangs to sweep both on the road next week, and the Highlanders are arguably playing better than anybody outside of some of the top dogs in the conference at the moment. But first things first, an opportunity for a stop here. 28 seconds left, 73-72. Northridge leads with the basketball. Gomez dribbling out the shot clock, 10 to shoot. Now he'll run. Gomez on the left elbow, finds Dawson up top. He's picked up by Crow. Dawson to the elbow, to the corner. Brown, dagger 3, good.
So one thing they couldn't do, they cannot give up a three there. Cal Poly's in trouble now.
13 seconds left, Northridge by 4. Joseph to the forecourt, pulls up for 3 and knocks it down with 8.6 left to play. The senior keeps the Mustangs alive. It's a 1-point game again, but now you have to foul if you don't get a steal immediately.
Yeah, they had to. That's Cal Poly had to have that. Reggie Theus is really upset at Brown now for letting Victor Joseph just walk into that uncontested 3. I mean, that was, I just said Cal Poly can't afford to give up a 3. CSUN couldn't afford to give up a 3 there either. I mean, they would have been better off just fouling and sending Cal Poly to the free throw line.
Well, your heart will break in half for this senior class. Victor Joseph, Luke Meekle, throw Alex Abrams in the mix as well if the Mustangs don't come out on top. But still a game in which Cal Poly can easily win, if not send a double OT. It's 76-75, 8.6 seconds left to play. The shot clock is off here in the first overtime period, and if the Mustangs don't get a steal right out of the timeout, they will foul immediately.
Yes.
6 against the Mustangs, so 1 more, and CSUN is in the bonus, shooting the 1-and-1 for the rest of the night.
That's exactly right. They try for the turnover here, and if they don't get it right away, they got to foul right away, and they can't be picky on who they foul. They just have to foul whoever has the ball.
Marcellus Garrick checks in for Cal Poly. 8.6 left. Dawson will trigger in. I tell you, you don't want Gomez or Schreiner to catch it here. Gomez catches it. Got a foul, and they do with 6.9 left. Gomez, the true Frosh, an 80% foul shooter this season, but a big pressure situation for Terrell Gomez. He'll trot down, shoot the 1-and-1 with CSUN up by a point, 76-75 in overtime.
It's funny because he ran down, he beat everybody down the floor and got set up at the free throw line. I never liked to do that. I always wanted to be the last guy to get to the free throw line if I was shooting it.
Now here we go, Gomez shooting the 1-and-1.
Got a rebound here if he misses.
His free throw, good.
Hey, it looked like an 80% around that one.
Earns himself a second front runner for Big West Conference Freshman of the Year, and a victory tonight to go along with the 11 points that he has. Might be the cherry on top to a very successful freshman campaign for the native of Los Angeles.
Cal Poly's going to call timeout here, Chris. So here's my question. If he makes this to put CSUN up 3.
The CSUN foul.
Exactly.
I think that would be wise.
I'm a big proponent of that inside of 5 seconds especially. I think more coaches don't foul in that situation, but I personally like that strategy of fouling, and because the only thing that can get you to a double overtime is a 3-point shot. So why even give the other team a chance to get a 3-point shot off? I would foul on the dribble.
You bring up a great point. With 6.9 left, if Gomez knocks down this shot to extend the CSUN lead to 3, I watch Cal Poly inbound the basketball, let a couple of seconds wind off the clock, then grab whoever has the basketball. I don't foul immediately because that leaves more time for the Mustangs if they can get the basketball back once again. But it all comes down to Reggie Theus and if he trusts his team at the foul line to close out this game.
Right, and I agree with you. I mean, I would invite the inbounds pass, try and get Cal Poly to put the ball on the floor, and then foul him on the floor right away. And by that time, it should be inside of 5 seconds. And then for Cal Poly to come out ahead, a lot of things have to happen. So first things first, so let's see if he makes the second free throw, because if he misses the second free throw and Cal Poly gets the rebound, then you definitely don't want to foul up your CSUN.
Overtime in San Luis Obispo. 77-75. If the Mustangs don't win this game, they are in great jeopardy of missing out on the Big West Conference tournament for the first time in Joe Calero's 9 years at the helm of the program. But still basketball left to be played in this game. Gomez at the foul line to shoot one more, with the Matadors up 2 points, 6.9 seconds left to play in OT. His second free throw is good. Theus wasn't even looking.
Oh, don't throw the ball there. That was...
Inbound comes to Meek.
They should foul.
Fields 3 seconds. Fields 2 seconds. Fields finds Joseph. 3 for the tie.
Oh! Oh!
Double OT!
Oh! That's why you foul, Chris. That is why you foul.
Victor Joseph, the senior.
Now they're going to review that to make sure he got that shot off. It looked good it looked good live. It was close, though. It was very close.
On senior night, he has sent us to double overtime. Now, from the naked eye, it certainly looks.
It was close.
Like Victor Joseph got it off, but the officials will head over to the monitor for a dreaded review. And the Mott Athletic Center just sent into a frenzy.
What a play by Donovan Fields, though, to pass that ball, because it looked for all the world like he was going to put up a desperation shot himself. He saw his buddy over there on the wing, and he made that pass. And let's all hope for Cal Poly fans that he was able to get that off before the buzzer. It was very, very close.
I was surprised that Fields didn't take the shot himself. I told you it's going to be heartbreak either way for the loser of this game. If this does not count, and I'm sticking my head towards the monitor trying to see. Yes, it counts.
Good. Wow.
We are going to double overtime in San Luis Obispo. The senior Victor Joseph back-to-back threes to force the second overtime period. Joseph at the buzzer.
I'm telling you, that was obviously a clutch shot, but the presence of mind of Donovan Fields. I'm telling you, 99 out of 100 players there in Donovan's shoes would have taken that shot. And he was running, he was leaning, he was off balance. Would have been an extremely tough shot. But to have the presence of mind to make that pass.
Wow.
Wow.
You get another look on it.
Oh, that was clearly
good. You get another look at it if you're watching on Big West TV. Stone cold Victor Joseph. I've been saying that since November. And back-to-back threes to pull Cal Poly within a point with about 8 seconds left to play. CSUN decides not to foul.
Right, now listen, Cal Poly was outplayed in that first overtime, all right? They need to ride the momentum here of that shot and this crowd to get off to a good start here in the second overtime.
I'm cracking up. Look at Victor Joseph Sr. across the way. He's as stone cold as his son. I'm pointing as if he's seen that 100 times before. As if he's seen that 100 times before.
Yeah, he's not even smiling.
Look, I'm not a big fan of magic tricks, but magic is very real.
Yeah,
it is so real.
Yeah, and Cal Poly
Don't try and tell me it's not real.
And Cal Poly won the tip, which is the first time that's happened in a long time.
Ball up, second overtime period on. Meikle straightaway three. Off the right side of the rim and a rebound for Reggie Theus
Boy,
Jr.
that would have been huge.
So triple overtime last week, at least double overtime tonight. 78-78. Cal Poly and CSUN. Victor Joseph at the buzzer at the end of the first overtime period, knocking down a three to perhaps extend his season. Schreiner beyond the foul line, finds Dawson underneath the bucket. Dawson finds Theus near the restricted area.
3 seconds.
And a 3-second violation gives it back to Cal Poly.
You know, Chris, I think it's really important. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but Cal Poly needs to score first in one of these overtimes. I'm trying to think of last week if they scored first in any of those 3 overtimes, and it's such a psychological advantage to get up early in these overtimes.
Fields comes to the forecourt, picked up by Terrell Gomez. Fields up top, 15 to shoot, moves to the left elbow, finds Meikle, another straightaway three. Off the right side of the rim again.
Well, you know what? He was wide open. He was set. That's a good shot as far as I'm concerned.
Another rebound for Tavrion Dawson, adding to a career night in San Luis Obispo. 3:50 left in double overtime. We're tied at 78. Dawson lets it fly from the left elbow, missed the shot, foul on the floor. We'll keep it with CSUN. Miko went over the back to tap out the basketball, and I believe Reggie Theus Jr. will head to the foul line and shoot the 1-and-1. Yes, he will. Theus Jr. just 54% at the foul line this season, 6'6", 217 from LA. He's the coach's son. Spent his freshman and sophomore seasons at South Carolina. Listed as a glorified power forward, and he misses the front end of the 1-and-1 rebound. Alex Abrams, that's a career high, 17 for the fourth-year junior.
Okay, this is Cal Poly's third chance to take a lead here. They really need to get one of these buckets to go.
Fields on the right wing finds Joseph, 15 to shoot. He dribbles in between his legs, dribbles inside the arc. He's feeling it, and knocks down the baseline too.
Oh my. Now, psychologically, that's huge for Cal Poly. If they can get a stop here, they'll be in great shape.
Vic's got 25. If you're wondering, his career high is 33. Did it earlier this season in an overtime loss against Fullerton. My goodness, Victor Joseph. Amazing down the stretch. Schreiner lets it fly, a right wing three. In and out, rebound, Luke Meikle.
Okay, here's their chance to get up 2 possessions here. This is a big, big possession for Cal Poly.
Mustangs by 2 over the Matadors. Double overtime in San Luis Obispo. Meikle on the left baseline, picked up by Dawson, takes a dribble, finds Fields near the center circle. Fields picked up by Gomez, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Fields dribbles on the right wing. Down the right side of the lane he comes, and he loses the basketball out of bounds.
I'll tell you what happened there. Donovan was trying to get the ball to Vic, and CSUN was denying it. And Donovan really wasn't sure of what he was doing on that particular possession. It didn't look like.
2.5 minutes left to play in double OT. Cal Poly 80, CSUN 78. Guevara bounces to the right baseline. Lyric Schreiner bounces inside. Theus Jr. spinning, missing off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound. Dawson put back. No. Rebound Donovan Fields.
Wow. Cal Poly is dodging a lot of bullets here, but they need to get up by 2 possessions here.
2:05 left in double OT. The Mustangs lead by 2 on their home floor over CSUN. Senior night in the home finale for Cal Poly, trying to end it with a W.
And they want the ball in Victor Joseph's hands, and why not?
I would too. Joseph from straight away. Fouled on the floor by Guevara. That's the 10th against CSUN. Cal Poly's in the double bonus. Vic will shoot 2 at the foul line.
And he was dancing out there beyond the 3-point line, and boy, I tell you, Cal Poly's guards are so hard to stay in front of. It makes it doubly tough because they're both such good free throw shooters, the top 2 free throw shooters in the conference.
Joseph shooting 2 at the foul line where he is perfect tonight. 87% on the season entering the contest. He'll shoot 2 with 1:51 left. First free throw. A flick of the wrist. It's good for Victor Joseph.
Boy, did this building get quiet. Now, this is a huge, huge free throw here because this will get to that 2-possession lead I was talking about. So Cal Poly be in great shape if he can convert this one.
Can't say enough about Victor Joseph in his entire Cal Poly career, but especially
Nothing
tonight.
but net. Nothing but net on both of those. Okay, here we go.
82-78, 150 left.
Stop here would be huge.
Gomez comes to the forecourt. Terminates his dribble on the right wing. Finds Dawson up top, 20 to shoot. Wraparound pass to the left wing, Brown. Underneath, Theus Jr. on the left block. Outside Dawson, now back to Brown. 10 to shoot. Gomez raises from deep. Missed the shot. There's Brown underneath to follow with the left hand off the window. Carl Brown.
Yeah, but to tell you what, it's a good thing the shot didn't go in because that would have been 3 points instead of 2.
82-80.
Cal Poly needs to score again here to bump it back up to 2 possessions.
1:15 left in double OT. Joseph raises right wing 3. Good again!
Okay, that was a dagger. That was huge. No hesitation. I love that. He did not hesitate for a nanosecond.
32 for Victor Joseph. Dawson down the left side of the lane to the rim with the left hand. Fouled on the way up with 57.6 left to play in double overtime. Tavrion Dawson to the line. He'll shoot 2.
That's okay. Even if he makes both of these, Cal Poly has a 3-point lead and the ball with 57 seconds left. be interesting to see how this transpires here. That was a good foul by Alex Abrams, though. At least he didn't give up an and one opportunity. He made him go to the free throw line and earn them both.
If Cal Poly wins this game, we're getting Victor Joseph on the postgame show. Dawson misses the first of 2 at the foul line. It spins out.
You know what? I think he's tired. He was like perfect for about the first 35 minutes of this game, and his shots have stopped going in. I think he's tired.
One more free throw for Tavrion Dawson. Knocks it down. 4-point game, 85-81.
Now that's huge because it's a 2-possession game again. So Cal Poly should just run clock here. No turnovers. Even if they don't even get a shot attempt off, it's still a 2-possession game.
Full court pressure. Victor Joseph draws the double, finds Meikle up top. Meikle with 19 to shoot. Back into the hands of Joseph. Joseph down the lane to the rim with the right hand. Offensive foul.
Yeah, that was a bad play. Cal Poly needed to run some more clock there.
Reggie Theus Jr. got his feet set just outside the restricted area. And the senior, Reggie Theus' son, comes up big for the Matadors. They'll get the basketball back, trailing by 4. 42.9 left to play. And I mentioned this, I believe, a week ago against UC Davis. The officials will head to the monitor and make sure that the heels of Reggie Theus Jr. were not in the restricted area, because this is a foul that can be overturned.
Okay.
You don't see it a lot.
No.
Very rarely do you ever see it reviewed, and the officials.
It was quick.
Quick review.
Yeah, now it's not the end of the world, but that was probably not a good play by Vic. I mean, there's 42 seconds left. He could have run another 12 seconds off the clock there. And if Cal Poly didn't score, it would have been fine. It would have still been a 2-possession game. So probably could have saved about 12 seconds there, but we'll see. Cal Poly just needs to play solid defense here. What'll be interesting to me is will CSUN go quickly and try and get a 2-for-1 here? Because if they get this down under 30 seconds, they're eventually going to have to foul Cal Poly.
42.9. Double overtime. CSUN trailing by 4 with the basketball. Gomez dribbles to the right wing. Chest pass up top. Tavrion Dawson picked up by the much smaller Donovan Fields. Wraparound pass to the left wing. Schreiner. Diagonal dribble inside the foul line. Gets to the rim with the left hand. Puts it up. Puts it in. Counted, and a foul for Lyric Schreiner.
Wow. That's crazy. What a play. Now, even if he makes this, Cal Poly still has the lead. CSUN's going to have to foul Cal Poly. That's what I was saying a second ago. Because they let it get down under 30 seconds, Cal Poly's going to get the ball. They could run the clock out and win the game. So CSUN's going to have to foul Cal Poly, assuming Cal Poly can get the ball inbounds.
So here's Schreiner at the foul line. Already a double-double for the former TCU Horned Frog. A chance to pull the Matadors within 1. Luckily for the Mustangs, the shot clock is turned off. So CSUN, if they don't force a turnover, they'll have to foul immediately. And the Mustangs are the best free throw percentage shooting team in the Big West Conference. Schreiner knocks down the free throw, 85-84. Inbound comes the way of Nijo. Nijo finds Joseph, 25 seconds left. And they foul Luke Meikle, an 88% foul shooter with 24.4 left to play in double overtime.
You know, if I was CSUN, Cal Poly had already burned about 6 seconds. I might have let a few more seconds run off the clock, see if they could get a 10-second violation there, but they didn't.
Well, Joseph came up clutch at the end of the first overtime period. Ken Meikle here at the second overtime period knocks down the first of 2 at the foul line. Both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. Crow replaces Nijo. Defense for offense. Substitution made by Joe Calero. One more big free throw upcoming for Luke Meikle. Off the back of the rim. And Dawson.
Oh, Mark Crow
lost the basketball.
Mark Crow made the play.
Had the rebound in the right corner, and Mark Crow tapped it off of his knee out of bounds. Cal Poly keeps it up by 2 with 23 seconds left to play.
And how you just said it. How about that defense for offense substitution by Joe Calero that paid off immediately? Mark Crow made a great play.
Now this is reviewable. Under 2 minutes left in the double overtime period. Reggie Theus taking his timeout. Cal Poly will inbound from the baseline up to 86-84 over CSUN in double overtime. Both teams 3-10 in the Big West Conference, but as we know, one of the more wild conferences in all of college basketball. 7 different conference tournament champions in the last 7 seasons. All you need to do is get to the Honda Center.
Right. So who are the 2 that haven't won?
Northridge and Fullerton.
Okay. I knew you'd know the answer to that one.
You have to throw Pacific into the mix as well.
Well,
in their
Pacific,
final
yeah.
season back in 2013 before they bounced to the WCC, they went as well.
Yeah, they actually beat Cal Poly in the semifinals, I think, that year.
I take it back. UC Riverside, add them into that group as well.
Okay.
They have not been to the NCAA tournament.
All right, back to the still got a game here, Chris. Cal Poly's going to inbounds under their own basket with 23 seconds left. The coaches are drawing up some kind of play right now to get the ball in Victor Joseph's hands or Donovan Fields' hands, right? Because CSUN has to foul, and Cal Poly has the 2 best free throw shooters in the conference, and I don't know what Luke Meikle is. He's got to be in the top 5, right?
He doesn't have enough attempts
Oh, he
to
doesn't?
qualify.
Okay, well, he's shooting 87%, so, but they're going to either Fields or Joseph here. You can bet if they can get the ball inbounds to either one of those guys.
Nijo set to trigger in, 23 seconds left in double overtime. Cal Poly leads CSUN 86-84. The home finale for the Mustangs inside the Mott Athletic Center, looking to close with a victory. Now they'll add 0.4 of a second to the game clock. Now this officiating crew, tip your cap to them. They've done a very nice job tonight amidst all the madness in San Luis Obispo. Inbound comes to who else but Joseph. CSUN has to foul.
Yeah, why aren't they fouling?
I don't know what in the world they're doing. Brown picked up.
What on earth are they doing?
15 seconds, now they foul him, letting valuable seconds wind off the clock. And Victor Joseph, a point away from his career high, will have a chance to surpass that.
Boy, I don't understand that at all. It's almost like they didn't realize what the situation was and they thought the score was tied or something.
14 and a half seconds left. Crow will replace Nijo. Jelon Pipkins will enter the game for the Matadors, replacing Carl Brown. Now here's Joseph. Came up huge at the end of double overtime, or rather single overtime, to extend the game to double overtime with back-to-back threes. Shooting 2 at the foul line. He has tied his career high 33 points for Victor Joseph, the senior, on senior night.
And this is the big one here. If he makes this one, Cal Poly's in great shape.
14 and a half seconds left. Mustangs up 3. One more for Vic. Everybody silent inside the Mott Athletic Center. Victor Joseph has a new career high, 34 points. Cal Poly's up 4, 88-84. 13 seconds left. Gomez to the forecourt, up the right side, holding the basketball, 9 seconds left. Schreiner from straight away, deep 3 on the way, off the left side of the rim. Rebound underneath, the putback good for Jelon Pipkins with 2.7 seconds left. CSUN has to foul immediately. Bounce pass comes to Joseph, and Jelon Pipkins gives him a hug. I'm sure Vic will get many hugs after this game if Cal Poly holds on to win.
Well, if he makes these 2 free throws, Cal Poly's going to win.
With 2 seconds remaining, Joseph has a chance to add on to what is now a career-high 34 points. And a couple of free throws would seal the deal for the Mustangs.
Wow, way to step up on senior night, huh?
And put him in sole possession of the 7th place spot in the Big West Conference. Cal Poly idle on Saturday, 2 road games to close it out at Riverside and Santa Barbara next week. Joseph's first free throw good.
Well, you know, he's looked good from the very beginning of this game. I mean, he looked great right at the beginning of the game, and it's carried through the whole game. His shot is on tonight.
I'm going to clown on Donovan Fields. He had 23 with like 2 minutes left to play in regulation. He's stuck.
Yeah, but that's because he's a team player, and he knows that Victor Joseph was hot. He was looking for his buddy.
Joseph's second free throw good.
This game's over.
Cal Poly by 4. Calero will call timeout just to make sure Cal Poly doesn't get near any Matador and have a ridiculous 4-point play to force
Dare I
triple
say
OT.
Cal Poly needs to play Matador defense?
Wow.
You know what Matador defense is, of course. I mean, they just need to let the defender go. Don't even, like you said, don't get anywhere near him. Don't breathe on him. Don't get within 5 feet of anybody on the other team. If they want to catch it and dunk it down at the other end, let them do it.
Well, here's how we got here. Cal Poly led by 15 points in the second half. CSUN stormed all the way back, had a chance to win it. Tavrion Dawson had a decent look from the left elbow at the end of regulation. The shot came up short. CSUN had all but won the game. Everybody in the building at least thought for a moment. Up by 3 with 6 seconds left in the first overtime period. Victor Joseph just got off the deep 3 from the left wing, knocked it down at the buzzer, sent us to double OT. And he has a career-high 36 points in his final game inside the friendly confines. Cal Poly by 4 in double OT. 2.2 left. Dawson baseball pass to Schreiner. Free throw jumper. No good. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Cal Poly survives at home. And they win on senior night 90-86 in double overtime over Cal State Northridge. What a game and what a way to close out the home schedule. Mott Magic